It's time, it's time, it's time. It's time.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. I'm glad to see you all. You have myself, Coach Ethan, Coach Natalie, and Coach Ethan has a very, very special guest today, right? So I'm going to let Coach E take care of all the introductions. E?
Thank you, Coach Corey. Good afternoon, everybody. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce our guest speakers today. Today, we have a healthy habit of family and a core value of responsibility. So our guest speakers today is none other than my niece, Elvin Pinckney, a.k.a. Livy, and my brother, who is a firefighter / paramedic. And that's the greatest responsibility. Our first responders, they literally save lives. So I can think of no one better to have on than my brother, the one and only Elvin Pinckney.
Good afternoon. Very nice to be here.
No, thanks for joining us, bro, and Livy. Hope y'all doing well. So we'll get started. Got a couple questions for you. Our first topic here is we might have some participants that actually might want to be a future firefighter or paramedic. So tell me what they would need to do to help pursue that.
First and foremost, making the right decisions through childhood and your core values and responsibility, taking care of your responsibility for your initial phase of education, get your diploma, graduate high school, and then I actually have this because I do a lot of recruiting for the division. I don't know if I can get that clear enough, but we have a lot. So we got this here is the 7 steps to become a firefighter. First and foremost, you've got to apply. You've got to be 18 and you've got to have a high school diploma. And we've got 3 phases of testing, which are going to be the written test, as a physical test, and the firefighter, it's called the FOAM, which is the firefighter's oral assessment mechanism. Take all 3 tests, then you got a long process of background check, panel interview, medical stress and psychological exam, and then pass all that with a high enough score, you end up on the list of eligible recruits, and when your number gets called, you go into the academy. One of the most simple things that you can do if you're interested is you can text join CFD. So we can get down there. Text join CFD. It's probably backwards. It looks backwards on my camera. So join CFD.
See it clear.
Okay. So it's 474747. And when you do that, what's going to happen is you're going to get a link sent to you that is going to be directly to the City of Columbus Division of Fire's website, to where you can register and get push emails for all the events we have, all the open testing dates, and it will basically nearly walk you through some of the more intricate phases of what you need to be tentative to.
All right. A lot of great information there.
Stay in shape, be healthy.
There you go. I like it, man. I like it. Healthy habits, people. All right. Our second question is, since this is a family program, what are the best ways for families to practice fire safety or be prepared in case there's a fire?
It's actually quite a few things you can do. Some of the things that we like to constantly recommend, and I watched you guys' segment the other day about sports, and life is a lot like sports in the fact that you practice how you play. And if you practice enough, you're prepared for when the big event happens. Now, catastrophic event or recreation, we got to be ready for it. And the best way to do it is practice. So some of the things that we recommend doing is have an escape plan for your house. Actually run a fire drill in your house with your family from the rooms. You can simulate the fire coming from anywhere in the house. Which exit are you going? What windows are accessible? What's the best route to get out? Also have a meeting place outside so that say things do go chaotic and you don't know, there's somebody strayed away from the plan, you know who's out of the house. because you have a meeting plan. When things get to this degree, it can go bad really quick if you don't know where everybody is right now. And that's some information that we'll need on scene at the same time, because if you're not sure if a member of the family's made it out because they're not at the meeting place,
Okay.
now we know we've got work to do, and you can help us direct where we need to go to try to save any member of anyone's family. If you don't have a meeting place, everybody could be out. We could be in there searching, risking a whole lot more of our lives and resources for someone that's not even in the house. So
Gotcha.
preparation is huge. Obviously, some safety tips that we have that we kind of preach more so to the kids to try to get them in the frame of mind of things not to do that seem real cliche, but you'd be surprised how many house fires we actually have due to candles or heaters being too close to flammable material.
Okay.
Kitchen fires. A lot of great portion of our house fires start in the kitchen. One of the biggest helps to any family is having a fire extinguisher in the kitchen, because you can handle a lot right now when a fire is in its incipient stage and much smaller before it spreads, grows, and becomes an issue that only we can handle. So I know Lowe's and Home Depot, they sell little tiny ones from about $20 to larger ones of $40 or $50. Every single one helps, because you can put out a lot when it's small versus when it starts to spread. So those are just some of the things that we absolutely try to recommend so that families can be safe and be prepared in the event of an unfortunate circumstance.
No, great response with that. And hopefully everyone listening will create a plan and hopefully get some, make sure you have smoke detectors, correct? Carbon
Smoke detectors is huge.
monoxide,
That actually
correct.
was on my list right next to talk about. Absolutely. Smoke detectors save lives. And make sure, now they sell the ones with a 10-year lithium battery in that you don't even have to change ever for 10 years. Highly recommend those. Those are the kind that we actually hand out for the city at the fire department. There's also a ton of 9-volt styles that actually act as carbon monoxide detectors, which is another deadly gas that we come in contact with when you have natural gas in your house for many reasons. So smoke detectors are huge, and they save lives. And make sure your battery, when you hear the thing beep, change the battery, because it beep, all of a sudden if the beep stops, it's not working, and you don't hear no beep. That's not a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a very bad thing.
Yeah, I know that beep's annoying, but it's there for a reason, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right, one last question, then we'll get to some fun games and some other things here. How can people help support first responders, not just under normal times, but let's say that during normal times and especially right now during this pandemic we're dealing with?
There's actually quite a few ways. One of which is not really as much on the surface as you would think. And I'll get into something that's a little deeper in the world of first responders, firefighters, paramedics, more so than, and police officers as well, than most people even realize. Common courtesy, care, and concern for your fellow human being goes a long way, because in plain clothes, you don't know who is who. You don't know who is a paramedic that just worked for 24 hours, that's just literally saved 15 lives and had no sleep, and brain is a bit fatigued, we'll say that. Body is a bit fatigued, stressed out. You know, and just someone being polite to them gives you a whole another sense of reaffirmation as to why we sacrifice our lives for others. What we hate is when you see individuals that are in the normal public and they're rude and inconsiderate, and you feel, you kind of take it personally, because it's like, I do everything I can, and more than most, but it's what I signed up for. It's what I want to give back. And the least I can ask for is someone just to be polite and courteous if I'm being polite and courteous.
Oh,
Those type of
definitely.
things definitely help morale of all your first responders across the board, whether in uniform or not in uniform. And it's almost like an all-around general practice that we would love, and everybody would love, for the American population to practice more often, because it supports kindness. It supports good overall mental health for everyone involved, because you don't have these negative interactions that leave a bad ideology about the public. Other than that, one of the things on the surface that most people would think that actually is very helpful. You see it often, but we see it more often not happen, is when you see or hear an emergency vehicle pull over to the right. Slow down and pull over to the right.
Yeah.
It helps us. And what a lot of people don't understand in any situation is, okay, we may not have your family member in the back of our medic right now. We may not be racing to your house to put out your fire or save your children or your parents. But what if we were? What if we did? And would you still act the same way? Would you still not get over to the right and cut us off and get in our way because what you're doing is more important? And I don't mean, I'm not trying to get on anybody, but it's those type of things that we as first responders and CPD would very much so appreciate, because it helps us do our job better for everybody. That the proper practice of home maintenance and health maintenance, individuals that take care of themselves, their house, their health, they don't even need to call us. And when they do, we do know that there's a sheer emergency, and that's what we're here for. But you can do so much for the general population, the general public, just by having a great, well-rounded, we'll say, health and well-being for yourself and your property. Be concerned about others around you as well. If you see your neighbor, something not going right there, you see them not taking care of something, you see a hazard outside of their house, help them out. Because then you never know, in the long run, that may prevent them from having to call us too, because you help them figure out a problem on their own. It's almost like this, that each one teach one, no man left behind, everybody help each other be safe. And on the flip side, another, not so much on the surface thing, if you do have to call 911 for EMS or fire, get as much information as you can, because when we get on scene, information about the individual who is in duress, information about the household, the occupancy, who's in, who's out, all these bits of information help us do our job with the utmost efficiency. And that is what we pride ourselves on. So information gathering is how we help others. And if we could get some help from the general public, just with as much information as possible to share with us, that helps us help them much better.
No, great points, man.
Great
Information. Hopefully everybody, again, will take heed to that. And I know I see it a lot around our neighborhood when you have EMS or firefighter, police driving through, and it's amazing the amount of people that just keep driving normally. It is amazing. So we're going to lighten the mood here and go to our first segment. Livy, I'm going to get you involved here, okay?
Real quick, we do want to say, though, to everybody listening, if you have any questions, type them in now. We'll get back to them. We'll circle back and answer them once we're through these segments, give you some time to think about it, submit them in the chat. Again, the chat is at the bottom of the screen. Type in any questions that you have for him, and we will get back to you. Might not get to all of them, but we do want to answer some.
Yes, thank you very much for that, Natalie. Also, Natalie, do you want to plug our spring programs real quick?
Yeah, spring programming goes live, other than this, Next week, we did have our first session of girls golf last night. So if you took part in that, I know Denise is listening. Thank you so much for putting that on. But the rest of our programming, all of our first tee certification levels start next week. So if you are interested, go to our website, tftco.org. Again, it's in the top right corner. You will see the TFTCO at home link, and they'll all be listed there. I am personally in the process of uploading these links for you, but the days and the times are listed there. If you can't make them, you can circle back again later. That'll all be recorded just like these are, and they will all be on that site. We will post to our Facebook page, our Twitter, our Instagram. We'll send out an email as well, so be on the lookout for those. And if you have any questions, just shoot me an email.
All right. Thank you for that, Natalie. All right, bro. We're going to start this game here. Is Libby coming back? Where did she go?
Oh, yeah.
There she is. There she is.
My other favorite person. Come on.
Okay. We got my nephew joining. Where's he at? There he is. What's up, nephew? It's my nephew, Xavier. He's also part of our summer program. Good to see you, buddy. All right.
Hey, bud, how we doing?
Real good.
Good.
All right, this game is called In the Know. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask one person a question about the other person and see if they know the answer, and then vice versa here. So first question is for Livy about your dad. Livy, do you know your dad's favorite color?
Red.
Red. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right, 1 point for Livy. All right. Xavier, do you know Livy's favorite color?
No.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
No, he does not.
It's
What
either
about
pink,
you, bro?
black, or something else.
Oh, no.
What about you, bro? You know Livy's favorite color?
Purple.
Woo.
Is that correct, Livy?
Yes.
Without
All right.
hesitation, I love it.
We'll call it a tie there. Question number 2. Livy, what is your dad's favorite dessert?
Chocolate cake.
Is that correct?
That is very correct. There's a split tie with something, though. And I know you know that, too.
Banana pudding.
We just made it the other day. But banana pudding will be third on the list.
Ooh.
Just made it last week.
Apple pie.
Yeah. No, not any apple pie.
It's apple pie.
My grandmother's apple pie.
Yeah, I talked about
Exactly
that
what
the
you
other
said,
day.
yeah.
Everybody's apple pie.
No,
the best.
it absolutely is like there's only one, and that is second to none. But I can only get that when I follow her recipe and make it from scratch because she's grown too elderly to make it. And so normally it is chocolate cake. Unless grandma's apple pie is right next to it, then I would probably pick that.
All right, bro. So
Maple.
we'll do the flip side. Do you know Xavier's favorite dessert?
Ooh.
5 seconds. 5 seconds.
White chocolate and chocolate mousse.
Ooh.
Is that right? Is that right, Xavier?
No, my favorite's banana pudding.
Oh.
Any dessert that includes banana.
I would have never guessed that.
That's why I like banana pancakes, banana.
This is all news to me. Thank you for helping clarify this with me.
All right, number 3. Question number 3. So we have healthy habits. Livy, what is your dad's favorite healthy snack?
Sweet and salty bars.
We'll quantify that as healthy.
I mean, yeah, they got some sugar in, but other than that, they are delicious. Absolutely delicious.
So would you say that's right? If we say that's a healthy snack, would you say that's right?
Does fruit constitute as a healthy snack?
Of course.
Yeah.
So I have to say no, because there's a fruit that I like much better. And it's much more healthy.
What is it?
She got the squinting eyes like, whatever. What are you
You
talking
want
about?
to take a guess, Xavier? You want to take a guess?
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Kiwi.
No, it's actually red grapes.
Red
Oh.
grapes. Classic. All right.
What?
Bro, would you know Livy's favorite healthy snack?
I don't even know what my
I'm gonna have to go with red grapes too, because I can't keep them around her, and me still have some.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
I like
Really
it.
good.
All right. Next question here. Livy, do you know how tall your dad is?
6 feet tall.
6 feet.
Ooh.
All right. And bro, how tall is Xavier?
5'5".
Is that right, Xavier? That's true.
I love that, man. Jeez.
How about how?
No, I'm 5'7".
Had a growth spurt, huh?
He has an NBA height, man. As it on papers 5'7", but he's really like 5'5". Huh? Is that what it is? The NBA height. I like it.
I give him. I give him one in the middle because he's been growing like crazy. I give him 5'6" and some change.
Okay, there you go.
How about Livy? How tall is Livy, bro?
I'm gonna have to give Liv 4'10".
4'10". Do you know how tall you are, Livy? Would that be
Yeah,
right?
I think I'm 4'10".
All right.
Last time we checked that.
All right, last question here. Last question. Liv, what is your dad's favorite sport / activity to do? Not to watch, but to do.
If it
5
was,
seconds.
if it was,
It's one you don't get to see me do a lot.
basketball, I don't know. Baseball?
Yes, boxing.
Yes, it's boxing.
Boxing.
Oh,
But she didn't get to see me
Never
do
seen
it.
you do it.
She never get to see me do it because I can't take her to the boxing
Man.
gym.
I like that. I like that.
Got you. Sorry I set you up for that one, Livy.
Just
Me and your dad used to box out in front of the house back in the day.
Yeah, I remember it was a blast.
Good
Absolute
times.
blast.
Great exercise.
Oh
All right.
my goodness.
Flip side of that. What's Livy's favorite sport / activity to do? Then I'll ask you. Then give me Xavier's.
Liv's, I'm gonna have to say climbing.
I do like climbing.
Is that right, Liv?
Fair.
Yeah, because I like climbing trees and fences.
Check, I
That
do
is
like
awesome.
that's
If you like climbing
Hey.
fences, what?
I always climb.
What about Xavier's, bro?
Your baseball fences.
Oh, favorite activity, playing video games for sure. No question about that.
I have one of those in my house too, man.
We'll count that. And people, for everybody listening, this is something you can do at home as well with your family members. Ask them some questions there in the know. See how well you know them and how well they know you. All right, so that will take us to our next segment. Hit it, Corey.
Right now, we have our next segment called Living the 9 Story Time. So today's core value is responsibility, and our healthy habit is family. That's why we have Ethan's family on here discussing with him. So Natalie and I will be discussing our experiences with responsibility, and then they will tackle family. So Natalie, whenever you're ready.
My responsibility is related to this. So transferring from being in the office at the golf course to working remotely and trying to start golf on a computer. A lot of that information Corey and Ethan put together, but I have to get that to you guys. So it's been a huge responsibility on me the last few weeks to make sure that everything is clearly explained to you guys and in your hands at the right time. Like I said, I'm uploading all that information to the website right now. I mean, they put in tons of work to get all that together, but their work wouldn't be known if I didn't get it to you guys. So it's my responsibility to make sure that happens.
You're doing a great job, by the way.
Absolutely
Thank
wonderful job. Wonderful job.
Back at you.
And as for me, to do with responsibility, I just want to talk to you about my experiences, and also it helps you and things you think about with responsibility. So I know a lot of young people, you know, they feel like they don't have many responsibilities, but in all actuality, they do. You know, if you have pets, who cleans up after their pet, who brushes your teeth in the morning, who combs your hair. But the older you get, the more the responsibilities you'll have, and you have to be accountable for those. But there's always one that outweighs every other one once you become of age, and that's your own physical, mental, and emotional health. You're responsible to take care of those. Make sure that those things are in line. If any of those are out of whack, whether your health, the mental side, see the right people who can help you get back on track. Remember, this world needs each and every one of you. So I challenge you to be responsible enough to take care of those things and keep contributing to your community and to others. So by all means, responsibility, take care of yourself, mental, emotional, and spiritual health.
That's a great point. Very well said.
Very well said,
Coach Corey. Now I'm gonna kind of piggyback off that. Now, when we go into schools, I ask the kids, obviously, if they have any pets to take care of, because that's a responsibility, like Coach Corey does. And also ask if anybody has any siblings, younger siblings, they help take care of, because that's a responsibility. One you might not have asked for, but it's a responsibility nonetheless. So this story kind of revolves around that. And families, no matter what your family dynamic is, whether you have two parents, one parent, a guardian, just siblings, just by yourself, everybody has responsibilities and roles in order to make that family work and function at its absolute best. So this story is actually from high school. I was a freshman in high school, first day. And it's a tough transition for a lot of people, because you go from being a big fish in a small pond in 8th grade to being a small fish in a big pond. And I was fortunate enough to have my brother. He was a senior at the high school and I was a freshman. And he was, let's say he was a cool senior too, you know, football player and all that. So he was a fun brother to have in the school there. And I remember the first day he came down the freshman hallway with some of his other friends and let them know that he kind of they run the school. But he came up to me. I remember he picked me up, kind of carried me halfway down the hallway, football tackle style, and then sat me down on the ground and shouted out, "Hey, everybody, this is my brother. If you have a problem with him, you have a problem with me."
Oh, respect.
And, you know, it set the tone. And I definitely didn't have any problems, because he was known not to be one to be trifled with and messed with, we'll say that. So, you know, that was just one thing I'll always remember and appreciate, you know, that he did that and took the time to show me the love and let everybody know, you know, this is my brother and I care about him. I'm gonna take care of him. And that's what it's about, you know. That's family. So, bro,
baby, tear up out here, man.
with that being said, man, I'm gonna flip it to you. If you got any light, fun family story, or maybe Livy, if you got something you want to say about around family or responsibility. Obviously, you have, like I said in the beginning, you have one of the biggest responsibilities. You literally save lives. So, I mean, that'd be enough said with that. But if there's anything you want to share, man, please go ahead.
Well, first thing I have got to say, I'm very, very impressed with each one of your approaches and perspectives, because I've heard some words there that I thrive behind. And Corey, you touched on some really, really amazing things. Accountability is so huge, because so many people always want to point the finger, and instead of that self-reflection to see, how am I affecting the world I live in and who's around me? So I don't want to touch too much. You guys have done a fantastic job. What I will say is this: in terms of responsibility, at some point in time, once you've met Corey's challenge, once you've met something related to Ethan's story, where you are taking care of not only yourself, but now your family and loved ones, those things they are extremely important, but should be very easy to do, because it's natural to want to do those things. My challenge, and one thing that I like to emphasize, of course, I mean, obviously comes with a unique perspective I have, but do something for someone you don't know on a regular basis to help them and make their life just a little bit better, just a little bit more positive. And it could be something as simple as what I started out talking about, just being courteous and kind and polite. That goes such a long way. And that is, as a human being, no matter, who you look at as a higher power or the greater good as a human being, it is our responsibility to help others' lives be more at ease. Just that it speaks volumes of character when you help anyone in the slightest bit. And that's a responsibility I think that many human beings kind of take for granted because they're so focused on themselves, so focused on being selfish. And at some point in time, it becomes detrimental to those around you because you're not as pleasant as you think you are because you're so worried about yourself all the time. And self is first, family is next, because you can't help anybody else unless you help yourself first. But then how about let's take that to another level and be more responsible for looking out for others as well.
I like that, man. All right. Thank you for that.
Awful lot.
Thank you for that, bro. All right. Now we're going to lighten it back up again. This is going to be a little segment, top three. We're going to pick the top three. And today's top three, we have a couple. The first one is going to be, and Livy, I want you to get involved with this, your top three animated Disney films. And then we're going to do top three Marvel movies.
Hey, let me ask you a question, E. Before we get to that, man, we have someone who has a question. Krista Jacobs actually has a question. If we can get to that, man.
Yes.
Are you guys reading it? I can read it out loud. The questions go live, the lessons go live next week, and then we can access them after that. As a teacher, is she able to access them and use them to upload for online teaching and PE? And also, are the activities and skills being practiced at home, can you use them without, or do them without golf equipment? It's a great question.
Yeah, so the answer is yes to one of the questions is you can definitely do these golf skills at home, and we've addressed that in the instructional videos and the emails that we're going to send out and how to do things and the things you'll need for the actual lesson. Every video that we do will be recorded and put on our website, so you can go back and look at it and break things down or even learn at your own pace when it comes to the activities, which is cool.
They're all YouTube links. So when you go and you see the videos, they're YouTube links. So if you can access them, they're open to the public. You don't need a password or to go strictly through our website to find them. If you find our YouTube page, they're all listed there. So I think that should be pretty easily accessible for you to use.
Yes. As far as the golf equipment goes, yes, everything we set up, you can use in like a broom around the house or something to kind of simulate the golf club. It would help if they had golf equipment, but everything, again, we set up is so that you don't necessarily have to have a golf club. And if anyone could use some equipment, we'll have a couple rounds of equipment pickup days out of Blacklick. Hopefully they do not close the state park. So please let us know, and we will try our best to make something available to you.
Yep, we can also make deliveries if need be. I made a delivery this weekend, so did Sydney, to someone's front porch that preferred it. So if they need it, we can help.
Awesome.
All right, now, E, go ahead. On to the three questions.
All right, top three. Livy, you ready? You want me to start with you?
Sure.
Top three animated Disney. And then you can save your Marvel for a little bit. We're going to go around with the three Disney, and then I'll start back with you with the Marvel, okay? So top three animated Disney films.
My favorite. Aladdin is my favorite princess movie.
Nice.
Aladdin.
What else is there? I watch Disney. I don't watch a lot of animated things.
But you're also talking about like the Pixar animation that's also now Disney, correct?
Yeah.
No, yeah, we can throw those in there.
I like Toy Story.
Classic.
And
Your father was supposed to get these to you so you can think about it.
I'm probably better. I'm probably better too. I'll say The Little Mermaid is my.
Little Mermaid.
Okay, all right, okay.
And
Awesome.
anybody listening, and if you want to weigh in, you can, because I just thought of another movie that wasn't on my top 3, and it was because Livy said it. So if you want to say what they are, you might change our mind.
Yes, please chat in. Tell us your top 3 animated Disney movies. Yes, Pixar is included. All right, bro, what you got?
I gotta go old school.
It's all right.
The Aristocats,
Ooh.
The Sword in the Stone, and one not so old school, but Zootopia.
Really? Oh, that was a good one. I like that one.
Yeah.
All right, Natalie, what you got?
I had The Lion King, which I just watched yesterday because I wanted to confirm that it was my top, and it still is. I did have Frozen up there, but I changed my mind, and now I'm saying Toy Story because Livy changed my mind. And my probably second would be Mulan. I love Mulan. I could watch it probably every day and sing along to it.
Eddie Murphy's classic. All right, Big C, what you got?
Man, there's one you guys have missed. It's a staple. It's a classic, man. And like, I can't believe no one said it. And that's Beauty and the Beast, man. Like, how do you?
Not my favorite.
No, that's like
movie, but it's not my favorite.
Like, that's what they think. You know what I mean? No. I'm a huge fan of Beauty and the Beast. That's got to be my favorite animated Disney film, hands down. I'll put Aladdin up there. That's a really good one. And also, man, I like Lion King, man. You know, those has got to be my 3. But I can't believe nobody else put Beauty and the Beast in their top 3. What?
No.
Man.
All right, I like him though. I like him now. Now that we're throwing Pixar in, I'm gonna have to add one of those as well.
Yeah.
So definitely, Toy Story was groundbreaking. Well, definitely, that would be my, I guess, 3rd. I would say. Second would be Aladdin because Robin Williams just nails the genie. There is no better genie. Will Smith did okay in the live animation, but you can't come close to Robin Williams.
No.
And my first one is kind of a sleeper, but it still holds up. I watched it the other day or a month ago or so. And it's a Goofy movie.
Oh, that is a really good one.
Still holds up. The
second
second one was trash, but first one still holds up.
Yeah, man, that was a good one, man. I like that one.
All right. Now to our top 3 Marvel movies. You want me to skip you? You want me to skip you, Livy? You got 3 in mind?
You can skip
No.
No.
She's like her next favorite thing besides activity, besides climbing, is watching Marvel movies. She's seen every single one so many times. Like, she quotes them while we watch them.
Oh no, you're a movie quoter.
And you don't listen to Livy? No? What?
All right, Livy, let's hear it. Let's hear it, Livy.
Well,
no pressure.
So my favorite one is definitely Black Panther.
Nice.
And then also Captain Marvel.
Okay.
Respect. I also like Captain America Winter Soldier. That was
Deep cut. Nice. What you got, bro?
Black Panther for sure.
Okay.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
That's a good one.
I forgot about those.
That's a good one. Mm-hmm.
And I know. And it's kind of a toss-up. The Captain America Winter Soldier is great. Civil War was great. But I'm going to have to go with the Endgame.
Yeah.
Because it was just, it captivated so many aspects of the Avengers and that final triumph, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
And very well done, too.
It was very nicely done to get all those major actors and not seem jumbled. They all had a quality amount of time, and it didn't seem like all over the place. So it was very nicely done.
All right. Agreed.
Natalie, top 3.
I haven't seen. I probably haven't have seen half, maybe. I don't really know if I could pick a 3. I know. Take your head at me all you want. I enjoyed the Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy. I like Thor. I think he's funny.
Okay. All right.
So
All right.
some of the Thor movies, but I don't think I could. I don't think I have enough knowledge to pick a 3 and act like I know what I'm talking about.
No, that 3 sounded great.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Corey, now I know we went and saw a couple. So I know you're big into it like I am. So what's your top 3?
I would say my top one, not because of what it was. My top one has got to be the first Iron Man, because it showed you like the possibility of bringing the superheroes into a different age, like with the special effects and what could be done. Now, granted, it got better over the time, but the staple, like to build,
it was groundbreaking. Yeah,
it was groundbreaking,
it was.
and it was just there. You can't leave that one out of there. So that's gonna be my favorite. As far as visually and I love. See, for me, when it comes to these movies, I love the comedy in them. So I'm gonna go with number 2 being Ant-Man.
Nice.
I thought it was a fun movie. It had everything you'd want in it, but again, it had the comedy. And then as far as the third, I'm going to have to go with the Guardians of the Galaxy, man. I thought that was a very well-shot movie as well. The rocket going around the whole time, a little fake thing being there, but still blending in group. It was awesome. I like that. So I like the Guardians of the Galaxy a lot as well.
Now, you, I'm going to say you stole a couple of mine. We have very similar mindset on that. Definitely first Iron Man, I would say, would be number 1, because like you said, man, it just looked so real. And
you're like, what? It's like crazy.
It's actually possible for this to happen. And then second one, again, along with you, is the first Guardians of the Galaxy. 2 is good, but I would put the first one up just above that. And my third one would be the first Adventures, because, it brought them all together.
Oh, yeah.
Them fighting each other, and then them joining together to fight a common enemy. So I would say that would be my top 3 there. So do we have time for one more segment, Corey? What'd you say?
I think we might. We'll just squeeze one in, so we'll only do 3 of the questions. So E will go with yours, but I will let you know this. What time is it? It is. There can be only one. So what we're going to do is, like last week's segment, we're going to have 3 questions and 3 answers. You have to pick only one answer out of the 3. Let's see what we got.
Yes, please type in your responses as you listen along. Natalie, you have a question? Do you want to lead us off? We'll each do one.
Yeah. Let me see where I wrote down. Okay. I'm going the food route because that's all of my questions.
That's perfectly fine.
You can only have one fruit for a year. Are you choosing apples, oranges, or bananas? And oranges, I'm including like clementine, cuties, and those things.
Apples, oranges, or bananas?
Mm-hmm.
Livy, what would you say? Start us off, Liv.
Apples. I don't really like bananas or oranges that much.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Apple person. Bro, what you got?
I have to go with apples as well, because there's like 20 different types of apples too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
There you go.
Apple pie.
Yeah. Excellent.
What you got?
Corey, Natalie, what you got?
Apples. Absolutely apples.
Whoa, apples
Because
is
there's
taking.
different. It's easy to eat. There's different kinds. You can do a lot of stuff with them.
People answering saying apples. I'm an orange.
Yeah.
guy. I'm oranges all the way.
Oranges or clementines?
Say what?
Oranges are like the cuties, like the little clementines.
Any of those things. I'm down for it, man. Apples, I can get. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm definitely oranges.
Well, I'm going to go out the fray and say bananas, one, just because banana cream pie, and then banana pudding. Like shout out to one of our summer sponsors, City Barbecue, some of the best banana pudding out there. Shout out to y'all. Thank you for making such delicious banana pudding. All right, Corey, what's your question, man?
I have a gamer type situation. I want to know if you could only play one video game for a year. I don't really have three answers. It's just a one type of video game, period, whether it be 2K, Fortnite, anything. Just one video game for a year. What would it be?
Nobody plays Fortnite.
Liv?
Hey, did you say no one plays Fortnite anymore?
No, nobody
Look at
does.
that crap. Hey, me and my son, we get busy. Hey, we won yesterday, and there was a great victory. Oh, we get busy at Fortnite, man.
I think I've played 2 video games in my life, Mario Kart and Sonic the Hedgehog from 1999. So one of those.
Nice. Livy, what you say? Did you
Um,
still thinking? What you got, bro?
Hey, it could be the handheld ones, like,
I know you don't have time to play video games.
But what kind of?
It could be like the handheld ones, like mobile Candy Crush, anything like that.
I'm not a gamer, but just to play along, I'd say NBA 2K, the latest one.
Got it.
There you go.
I need to pick between Mortal Kombat
Ethan.
and Injustice.
I would say Smash Brothers. If I could to that game,
I love that game.
I could play that for a year,
Twice.
not get bored. A lot of different characters and
I remember you used to be in
levels
that. I never understood that, but I remember you loved that game, and it was wild all over the place.
Corey,
I would have to go with probably a Fortnite. I mean, I think it's the thing that, while it's not my favorite, online play, you could play with multiple people, and it's ever changing. So it'd be the way to not get bored fast, to play different ways of playing it. So.
It does change a lot from what
It does. Oh, Miss Pac-Man on here? What?
and Minecraft, I like it.
Let's see Corey Floss. Is that what it is?
Yep.
Man, you gonna make me. Hey,
Fortnite dance, that's why.
don't make me stand up and do this, man. Show people out. Don't make me do this, man. No, I'm gonna do it. Forget it. I'm gonna do it.
Oh my God. Are you gonna blend in with the background?
I don't care. Ready? All right, see if I got my floss game right. Sorry.
Cancel it.
Is it this?
It's floating.
Oh no. Oh. Kind of got it.
I don't kind of got it. I got it down pat.
Your pants are
put on the
disappearing
spot.
into the.
I was put on the spot and still knocked it out. We're good.
All right, I'm gonna do a golf one here since we do enjoy the game of golf around here at First Tee. So my question is, you have to play golf in either 2 conditions, either extreme cold, so below 30 degrees, or extreme heat. So let's say 90 plus, 95, 100 degrees.
If it's at night, I would do it.
Maybe so. Let's go 20 degrees and then 100 degrees.
20 degrees, bro?
Yeah.
You're asking, would we rather be cold or hot? Is that what you
20
said?
or 100. Wow.
Basically. But you got to play around the golf, though.
A full 18?
Full 18. Full 18. So you can either have hand warmers, right, or one of those
I had to go with heat
towels.
because if you go with cold, you're not making it to 18. But heat, you may, if you had enough electrolytes and hydration, you may make it to the end.
Find some
There we
shade,
go.
you'll be fine.
Livy, what are you saying?
I was going to go with cold, but Dad said I wouldn't make it to 18. So
It's a little dark, bro.
So you're going to make that. Don't do it. Don't do it.
You'll quit
if
after
it's at night,
9.
I'll do it in the hot, in the heat, because it's better when it's nighttime in the heat.
We'll take that. I like it. Thinking outside the box. We got Jake Pierce writing in cold. Of course he is. He's a polar bear.
You know
Out
it.
there in the T-shirt and shorts in the wintertime. Crazy guy. Natalie, what you got?
Well, I'm going to go off of what I like to do when I ran track. And, well, I high jumped. I didn't run. I like the heat. Because I'm not a runner. I don't want people to think that I'm fast. I'm not
to
fast.
be a supreme athlete and, you know, Jesus.
I pick heat because I just couldn't function when I'm cold. I still can't. I feel like I can't move if I'm cold. I can't get myself warmed up. Heat, if I got enough water, I can find some shade. I'll be fine.
I like it. Corey, I know you play in all weather.
See, I think the one thing you're not taking into account is that, you know, once you start walking or swinging, your body will warm up. You know what I mean? Your body gets warmer. It just does. And in that 95 to 100 degree weather, your body do the same exact thing, which means you will pass out. I was in Arizona in November, and coming from Ohio to Arizona, night and day difference. It was only 80-something degrees and out there and no clouds in the sky. I got so sick it was horrible. So I will never go out and super hot like that again. I'll take 20 degrees all day long, do my little jogging in the middle of shots, get my body warmed up. I ain't doing that extreme heat, man. That heat is real. I can't do that.
Break out the feet and hand warmers, huh?
Something.
No, I'm gonna go with heat. Actually, like you, I actually played golf out in Arizona in college for a little bit. Very short-lived. Very short-lived. But I had to play in 120 degrees out there one time, and I survived. I survived it. So I don't mind. I really don't mind the heat. It kind of fades away after a while. So I'd rather do that because cold weather, my back, I can't swing. My back seizes up, and I'm like an icicle out there. So I would say prefer the heat. Hey, thank you everybody for typing in your responses and listening to us today, bro. Thank you so much, Livy. Love you. Appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
So much. Thank you for all the important information you gave out and your contribution to today's show.
Yeah.
Everybody
Final reminder, everybody, we have, again, spring programming starts next week, excluding girls golf, which started last night. That continues next week, though, as well. Check out our website, our social media pages, your email. We'll have links to everything updated, hopefully by this afternoon. But everything is ready to go next week. Look at the website for all the days and times.
Thank you, everybody. You take care. It has been real. Again, thank you very much, Elvin. It's been awesome, man. You get some real good insight on how to treat people and how to communicate with our local heroes. So thank you very much for that. And I will see you guys all next Tuesday.
Live the 9, everybody.
Live the 9.
See you guys.